So I'd like to welcome you all this evening to our evening meditational satsang. It's wonderful to have you all here. And the way this works is I usually channel what is coming through from Source, God, Spirit, Master Artist, whatever you so choose to call such, in regards to whatever topic is coming through. And then we will go right into a meditation. And you are having problems and it's cutting in and out. Yeah, we've had a couple of people have been saying that. I'm sorry about that, love. It's probably internet related, so I'm sorry about that. I'm doing what I can on my end, but it's probably having to do with the internet. So just bear with us. I am recording tonight, so we will have it available for you to view or listen to on archive as well, so no worries on that. Everybody else says they can hear me clearly, so we should be good to go here. So I'd like to welcome you all, and as I was saying, in this meditation, we will glide into a meditation after what's channeled through, and then we will open it up for discussion afterwards, and you can feel free to share whatever it is that you experienced, if you feel that you would like to share, or if you have any spiritual questions related to this evening or any other spiritual questions, it'll be open at that time. To say, starting right out, this is a sacred and safe space, so everything that is said here is said and shared within the utmost unconditional love and beauty of light, free from judgment. We are free from judging anyone, and we are just simply here to share together in that space of love and light together. So, please feel free, comfortable to share whatever is coming through you, if you so desire to. Also, just a footnote, during the meditation and the channeling, I will be free from reading the chat, simply because it interferes with what it is that I'm doing in the process of channeling in the meditation. Once we open it up to the satsang portion in discussion part, then I will, be reading the chat. And then I will read your questions and comments, so that it is available, on the audio as well. So with that all said, this evening we are going to be talking about who are you? Who are you really? And I just released a video about this, actually, about being love now. And so for those of you who have not been able to see it here, I haven't posted it here yet on our Ascension website because I just released it like an hour ago. So I will post the link up on our Ascension website there, and I'll also post it here in chat so that you can look at it, and that will be the extent. I will not be typing in chat now until after the meditation is complete. So in being love now, love is who you are. That is the essential essence of who you are, the core of your being. And in that, we have many infinite expressions of that. And there's something that we know as our life purpose, our life mission, who we came here to this earth to be, in this life or any other given life that we've come here to experience, either on this earth or within the cosmos itself. And that being in that mission of who we are is first and foremost to be that love. And what it is to be that love is to see as God sees, or Source sees, Master Artist sees. See and act and be and do as God. Now, this in human form is often our most critical and most important and often most difficult lesson, as we call them, life lessons here, or soul rememberings here on this earth, to remember, to be in praxis of or practice of continually. And it starts within, and then it births itself without. In other words, into our outer manifestation of our world, within infinite forms of creation and manifestation. of what we are inspired to be and who we are inspired to be in the moment of that vision, and allowing that vision to come through in whatever form it is, unrestricted and with reckless abandon. That is who we are in the core of our being. Now, there are many well-meaning people in our lives, which started from an early age of our parents and other well-meaning caregivers, who have sought to diminish that light of who we are. And now we are to awaken to remembering the core of who we are, and to be that purpose regardless of seas or seasons, of people who well-meaningly want to try to squash that, and be free from allowing that to come through. We are to stand in our power. And our power is not a power over the people, as in an ego power. It is a power of love. It is standing in that love and divine inspiration of whatever is coming through you in the moment, and allowing that creation to come forth. And those who resonate with that creation will, and those who are free from resonating with that creation, it's okay as well. We are to be free from attachment to the outcome as to who and what will resonate with us. Those who resonate with us will be drawn to us. That is like attracts like, law of attraction. And this starts from within. And in being within, we are going to do a special meditation this evening of really coming into being who you are. And so I invite you now to take the mirror that you have and place it in front of your face, sitting comfortably to where you can see your face and see your eyes. If you're sitting in front of a mirror, that works as well, or standing, whatever you so prefer and choose. But get yourself into a comfortable place where you are able to gaze into your eyes. And simply do that. Just gaze into your eyes. And really look at yourself. And if you would like and you choose, you can take the mirror and move up and down your body. And really get a good look at yourself. Really see who you are. Be free from judging yourself. Some moments we see that, oh, you have blemishes, or, oh, you have, fat here or fat there. You don't like the way something looks. Be free from that right now. Just simply gaze upon yourself. Look at yourself and who you really are, and see the God within you. And when you're ready, bring the mirror back up to your face, back up to your eyes, and just gaze into your eyes, as if you're gazing into the person that you love, as if this is your beloved, someone maybe whom you love in a romantic relationship, or someone that you hold dear to you, a dear friend. Just gaze into your own eyes as if you're seeing yourself for the very first time. And just breathe into that. Take yourself a very deep breath. And breathe in that love you are as you're gazing into your eyes. Really seeing who you are. See yourself. Know that you're a beautiful child of God. Source is free from ever making a mistake. You are a beautiful emanation of that source, of the Master Artist, of all that is. Just really sit and be with looking at yourself in the mirror for a moment. Just be in the silence and allow whatever's to come through to come through. tears are okay. Releasing is okay. How could anyone ever tell you you're anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you are less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that you and your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. Just really feel that. Feel yourself loving yourself. How beautiful you really are. And say to yourself, either out loud or telepathically, whichever you so choose, say, I love myself. I truly love myself. You can use your name if you so choose. Really love yourself in this moment. See your inner child, that little boy or little girl in you. That is just beautiful love. And say to yourself out loud or telepathically, I remember you. I remember who you are. I remember that you came here for a mission. You came here to spread the light to the world. Say to yourself, I am love. I am all that is. Be free from just saying it, really feel it within you. Feel within your being that you are God. Jesus said, ye too are gods. Thus you are such. And say to yourself in this moment, out loud or telepathically, as you are gazing into your eyes in the mirror, I have a mission and purpose. I allow divine inspiration to flow through me right here, right now in this moment. And I am capable and able to bring forth whatever God is meant to bring through me. Use me, God. I'm here for you. I am an instrument of love. I am an instrument of peace. Say this and really feel it within you. Now take yourself a deep breath as you still gaze into your eyes. Just be for a moment. Allow what you're saying to really sink in. What you're feeling in this moment to sink in your soul. Just be. Continuing to gaze into your eyes, allowing whatever's to flow as you gaze into the eyes of the mirror that is you. And now, take a moment to see. See as you are gazing into your eyes. See if there's anything that's there that has you hurting or in pain, physically or emotionally or spiritually, or anything that you're holding on to, something or someone you haven't forgiven. Just check and see if there's anything there. And if there is, as you continue to look into your eyes, just simply say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I hurt you. I'm sorry that I chose to be hurt. I release that now. Say, I release that now. I forgive myself. Everything that I am holding on to that is not for my highest good, I release now and I let go. And just feel that. Feel that release. If you feel you need to repeat that, you can say that again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I hurt you. I'm sorry for whatever it is within me that was hurting, that hurt you. I forgive me. I forgive you. Anything and everything that is no longer for my highest good, I release and let go now. And all I feel is love. All I feel is bliss. All I feel is peace. Just really feel that love. Feel that release. Feel how good it feels. Feel how much lighter you feel. See if you can see the lightness in your eyes now. How instantaneous it is to remove that which no longer serves you. See that happy inner child. And now really deeply look into your eyes and say, I love you. I love you. I love you. I am happy. I am happy regardless of outer circumstances and situations. I am happy from within. I am love from within. And from within, I create, and it manifests outside in my world. Just really feel that. And when you're ready, take a moment to place the mirror down by your side and put your arms around yourself and hug yourself and love yourself. And just say, I love you. I am beautiful. I am whole, perfect, and complete, simply as I am right now in this moment. And just feel the joy. You may even want to dance right now, and that's fine too. Get up and dance. Be in that space of joy right now. Just really feel how good it feels. That you are love and you are loved. And just take a deep breath now. And release. Just. And you can even say yes. In ecstatic bliss, just say yes. I am this. I am love. I am light. I am all that is. And welcome back in bliss to who you really are in being love now. Celebrate who you are. And I really invite you to do this meditation every single day. It's a meditation I do every single day. Each morning when I awake, first thing I do, I go to the washroom like most of us, we have to take care of bodily functions, right? What I do is afterwards, I stand in front of the mirror and I do this simple meditation. This was a longer version of it. But I do this simple meditation, really gazing into my eyes, and it's free from being selfish at all. It's soulful. We have been taught since we were little children that, to be selfish is bad, is wrong. To love ourselves is wrong. Actually, it's everything right with us. Because we are in that space of loving ourselves, then we can love each other and love the world. And we are no good to anyone else unless we love ourselves first and have it within us first, and then bring it without. And our happiness is not dependent upon outer circumstances of other people, trying to go outside and trying to get happiness from other people. It comes from within first. So I invite you to daily do this meditation and see how it changes your life. I started doing this about 14 years ago now, and it's radically changed my life in so many ways. I do it every morning, and then, you have those moments in humanness when you're going through something. That's when you need it the most. So I make myself go to the mirror during the day too. If I'm having a bad day, we all have bad days, and if I'm just having a bad day and I'm not feeling the love, one of the things I'll do is I'll go out in nature, commune with nature, or I will also go in front of the mirror and just love myself. One of the other things you can do during this process is massaging yourself. Massage is wonderful, and it's wonderful to get it from someone else, to have someone give you that gift, but it's also wonderful to give yourself that gift. And I daily massage myself in all ways. And one other invitation I will put out there before we open this up to satsang discussion is something a little more private and personal that you can do in loving yourself. For women, We have, our breasts, and we have our yonis, or our vaginas, as it's known. And when was the last time you, as a woman, took a mirror and really looked at yourself, really looked at your yoni? When was the last time that you actually massaged your yoni? Or massaged your breasts? And no, I'm not talking, ladies, about doing the monthly exam for breast cancer thing that I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about daily loving yourself. And this doesn't mean you have to masturbate. This, if you want to lead it to that, that's totally fine, and that's a wonderful way to self-love as well. But I'm just referring to loving yourself as in your whole body. There are those of us who were brought up and indoctrinated that touching our own body is bad. And can you really love your breasts? Can you really love your yoni? Can you see it and know it intimately and feel it? Massage it to where maybe not so much sexual arousal, but in a tantric loving way, to where you understand intimately what feels good, not just sexually, but what makes you feel alive. Okay, and it also cleanses any issues, that you built up, because for us women, especially with relationships, all of our energy that, that we keep inside about our relationships and how we feel about ourselves as women and about our relationships intimately and otherwise is stored in our breasts and in our yoni. And the same thing for gentlemen. Gentlemen, instead of masturbation, or in addition to masturbation, I recommend you also doing the same thing. Massage your pectoral muscles. They are very stimulating, very similar to women with their breasts. And massage your lingam and your testicles, and that area, right where the prostate is very good for sensual sexual pleasure, yes, but really intimately get to know your body in that way and understand how your lingam works, in the sense of not just mechanics, but how you love yourself, and not just sexual pleasure, but how you please yourself in loving yourself, and massage yourself in those areas. The same way for women, do the same thing for men. And this is a way to love yourself every day. It is something that I do every day. I do not masturbate every day. I'm not into, sexual way like that. That's something I just reserve for something, special. But daily I massage myself, and I do massage my whole entire body, and I feel the motion of what's flowing through me. And for men also, what you feel about your relationships is stored in 3 areas. You store it in your pectoral muscles, just like we store it in our breasts as women. You also store it in your genital area. And for men in particular, women also have this too. It's also in your abdominal region. That's why many men and women will carry weight in your abdomen. Some of us women carry extra weight from having children. I have 3 children myself, so we carry extra weight there. But sometimes we do it as a layer of protection also, and protecting our feelings and adding extra weight. So it's wonderful to massage your abdominal muscles as well. It helps for digestion. And it also helps to release anything that you're holding on to in your sacral chakra area and your solar plexus chakra area, having to do with relationships, having to do with anything that you're holding on to about yourself and others that you haven't forgiven. It's all very, very vital and important to do that, and do that every day, so that way you release things. Now, added to that, I will say that it's very important when you're doing this type of massage or this type of meditation that we just did, that you drink water. You can drink water before it, of course, but also drink water after and then throughout the day as well, because when you massage your body or you do a meditation like we just did of gazing in your eyes, you bring up a lot of things. So even things that you may not admit to yourself that you haven't released, or things that you felt you were holding on to, your body is going to release it. So you may all of a sudden feel like crying for whatever reason, and you're just like, I don't know why I'm crying. but I just, you feel just totally overwhelmed, right? Okay, and that's okay. It's just being brought up to be released because there's all this stuff, energy that you're storing within you that you don't even realize. And it also is beneficial for your health to do this every day. It keeps you in perfect health. Exercise is wonderful, eating right is wonderful too. But part of that exercise is also massaging and releasing every day. So drinking water to help you flow through this is also extremely beneficial. So within that, now I will open it up to anyone who wishes to share. If you wish to share of your experience, either saying so audio, if you want to come on audio, or if you have anything in chat that you wish to write, any questions, anything you'd like to share about your experience, please feel free to now. I will go ahead and read what's in the chat, and we can share now. It doesn't have to be about what we just experienced or what came through here. It can be about anything, but feel free to share. So we'll open that up now. Does anyone have anything they'd like to share at all? Please feel free to. Yamaya, I think that's how you say it, yes? It is really hard for me to look at myself in the mirror. I had a friend telling me to do this meditation. That's why I did this meditation. Yes. It's hard for you too. Yes. Many people, this actually, because this is something I've done for years myself. This was inspired just recently because a few months ago I had a friend of mine tell me the exact same thing you just did, Yamaya, in the sense of she was making a comment that I think it was like for the last 20 years or more, she brushes her teeth every morning and whatever, goes into the washroom and she never looks herself in the mirror. And, Lady Di, you put interesting that one of the things I hold onto in my spirit is loving myself. The topic is hard for you too. Yes, it is our grandest life lesson or soul remembering, if you will, to learn or remember here on this earth is the love of ourselves. And so that's why I was guided and inspired to do this meditation because it revolves around the workings of everything that I am and I be and I do in this life, and also because I know how hard it is for you, Lady Di, and also Yamaya, and for anyone else who hasn't shared that. It is often hard, because we are not taught to love ourselves. And then we're taught to love ourselves in other ways, like, go soak in a bathtub or whatever. When the most powerful way to love yourself is to really look at yourself and, really see yourself as beautiful no matter what. Also, to forgive yourself for the pain I caused myself. That felt very profound, Lady Di. Yes, indeed. It is. I remember the first time that I did this. I had so much that I was holding on to that I ended up crying for like hours. I mean, my tears were so, abundant. It wasn't even funny. Yamaya said, I cried from a very deep place within, forgiving myself. Lady Di said, me too, tears and hugs, Yamaya. Yes, I give you hugs too, and so much love. And that's why it's so important for us as light workers and for all of us here on this earth to do this. Because of that release, that deep place from within you of forgiving yourself. Because, oftentimes it is said that, it's easier for us to forgive someone else before we forgive ourselves. And oftentimes we forget to forgive ourselves. And I just did a recent video about this on my YouTube page. For those of you who saw my post on the Aura Ascension website or on my Facebook, it's on there. But you can go to my YouTube page. It's youtube.com/DiamondLady1025. And it's on there. It's called Forgiveness. And I just did it a few days ago. And I talk about something called the forgiveness release. And I'll just give a brief synopsis of it here. What we did here in this meditation is one form of it. Another form of it is to give thanks for the gift. And I talk about this in the video that I did. So I invite you to listen to that video on YouTube, watch that video on YouTube, because the forgiveness release is very powerful. And I describe it in detail in the video. A says, this feels very different for sure. It will take some getting used to. Yes, it does. It does take some getting used to, because we're used to looking outside of ourselves, looking at other people. And other people are our mirrors, because really there's only one of us really here. We're all one, right? So there's only one of us really here, just infinite expressions of us. But we're so used to looking at other people, and we can tell other people, I love you. We can tell other people, you're beautiful. But can we really say that about ourselves? And actually, when we're telling someone we love them and telling them that they're beautiful or that we're proud of them, we're actually saying that to ourselves, because we're talking to ourselves, really. The mirror of that person is us. Okay, we are that person is us. But we don't internalize it that way. We just see it as we're projecting it out there and saying we love so-and-so, or we are saying so-and-so is beautiful. We don't see it as we're also saying it about ourselves. And it's so very important that we realize we are saying that about ourselves. And then when we take that to another door, it says, hugs Diamond Lady, you have opened a new door. Thank you, Yamaya. I'm glad. When you take that to another door and you take that to another level, and you realize that when you're projecting that out there and saying you're beautiful to someone, or I love you to someone, that you're really saying that to yourself, then you really take a look at what else you're saying. So if you're judging someone, that's also what you're saying about yourself. I just recently have gone through this because my beloved has a tendency to call me delusional because of the visions that I have that flow through me in inspiration in the moment. He sees them as delusional because it doesn't agree with him and it isn't in alignment with who he is. So he automatically judges me and says, I'm delusional, I'm crazy, or, these sort of things. And he doesn't realize yet that when he's saying that, he's actually calling himself delusional. Okay, and so then you come into a space of realizing, wow, if I'm saying that about someone else, I'm not blaming someone else and saying, oh, it's her fault, it's her problem. You're saying that about yourself, so then you become aware and very careful about what you say in life. And then your words are only loving words. Because in loving someone else, you're loving yourself. Or if you're judging or hating or belittling or arguing with someone else, then you're really arguing with yourself and you're saying all of those things about yourself. And Yamaya said, forgiving yourself for allowing to be hurt, that is profound. Yes, it is. And it's something that I talk about in my articles. And also, I touch on it a bit in the YouTubes that I've done recently also. And I'll share a story about this. It was something profound that actually came out of my son's mouth. My oldest son, Chris, when he was about, I think, maybe 10 years old or so, we were doing a shamanic healing circle. With a mentor of mine then, and she was right pissed off. She came into our satsang circle that evening, and she was just really irritated with a friend of hers. And she was going on and on, having, an ego fit about this and saying that this friend was doing this and she said that and, blah, 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 right? Going on and on. And she says, I'm really hurt and really upset about this and I can't believe she did this. And my son had turned to her in front of everyone. Now, mind you, there was about 20 people, I think, in the room at the time. He turned around and out of the mouths of babes said to her, Lady Hawk, you're the one who's choosing to be hurt. She didn't hurt you. And right in that moment, I'm thinking, okay, this is my mentor, right? Oh my God, she's a shamanic healer. She's my mentor. I'm thinking, oh my God. And the look that she had given my son was with daggers, right? Oh my God moment. LOL. Exactly, Lady Di, right? And I was just beside myself and I'm thinking, oh my God, she's going to kill you, Chris. I can't believe that you just said that to my mentor, right? Is what I'm thinking, right? And Light saying, wow, right? Yeah. And I was just, that was what was rolling through my mind. I'm thinking, oh my God, here it comes, right? And she sat there for a moment. Wisdom from the mouth of a child. Exactly, Yamaya, you got it. And she just got really still for a moment and she took herself a very deep breath. And she looked at my son and she said, you know what, Chris? You're right. Thank you. And in that moment, I just went, big sigh of relief, eh? But he was right. Because in each moment, we choose whether we're going to be angry. People are going to be who they're going to be. And Mother Teresa has a very beautiful quote about it, and I don't remember all of it by heart right now, but paraphrasing it in a bit, she says something about, how people are going to be ignorant or annoying or, what have you. Love them anyway. Forgive them anyway. Jesus said in the Bible, forgive them for they know not what they do. Okay? They do not understand when they're lashing out. What they're really doing is it's something within them that's hurting within them that has them lash out. And I know I've done my own lashing out. I'm not saying I'm perfect in that sense. I've done my own lashing out over the years. Back in my ego days, I was very, very good at it. Now, not so much. I only do it occasionally now. It's very, very limited. I've gotten a lot better with it over the years. But we all have those moments when we're just not feeling the love and we lash out. And really it's what's hurting within us and we're choosing to be hurt. Whoever outside of us is doing and being what they're doing, they're just being themselves. Maybe from our perception, what they're saying is hurtful, and, is wrong and, in our eyes is delusional or crazy or, doesn't fit with our paradigm. But first of all, it doesn't give us the right to judge that person because we're only judging ourselves. Number one. Number two, it's also a pause for us to come into compassion, to understand compassion for ourselves, which is we are the ones who are choosing to be hurt by something that somebody is doing, not the action itself that they're doing or saying or what it is they're saying. And the other part of compassion is having compassion for that person. What is it within them that is unhealed and is hurting within them that has them lash out and say those things in judgment that is not really about you, because it's never really about you. It's about them. Okay, so this is a perfect way and a perfect example to really come into a space of compassion and forgiveness and really giving thanks for the gift. Because oftentimes people who lash out at us will give us a gift of being the opposite of unconditional love or being the opposite of compassion or being the opposite of forgiveness. By being that opposite, we then come to know unconditional love, forgiveness, compassion, being able to nurture. And so we can give thanks for the gift. And that's what I talk about in this forgiveness video on YouTube. In coming to love ourselves, we can do this every day with this mirror meditation. And I know it's hard, okay? But it can only be hard if you see it as hard, for one thing. So I invite you to coming into a space of changing your thoughts on that one, to seeing it as something that is easy for you. And this here was a huge opening. There was a lot that got released here tonight, and I could feel that. As you do this daily, I invite you to do it at least once a day. In the morning when you get up, is usually the best time. When you go to the washroom, whatever. But if you feel you need to do it more often, then go for it. And the other thing that I do is, as I fall asleep at night, and I've heard other spiritual mentors, say this, Wayne Dyer and whatnot, do this at night too. And as you're drifting off to sleep, instead of rehashing, the stuff of the day of what went wrong and what went bad, rehash what went right. and how you love yourself, and fill yourself with those loving thoughts as you drift off to sleep, and then you'll have 8 hours to, as Wayne Dyer says, marinate in that love, and then you'll wake up refreshed instead of feeling down. And Yamaya said, oh yes, lots of release. Indeed, there was a lot of release here tonight, and I could feel that. And Light said, thanks for the great idea. You're very welcome, love. Lady Di said, right, as we finished, I closed my eyes and saw a green light washing over me, a cleansing. How beautiful. That's wonderful. I'm very happy to hear that. That's the whole point of this, is to wash you clean of all that, is no longer serving your highest good. Because why hold on to it? You're not going to take it with you when you physically die. We never really die, we are eternal, so we continue to live. We are eternal or infinite spirit. But when our physical body leaves this earth, and we go back into spirit, you don't take that with you. What's on the other side is nothing but love and light. What we call the other side is love and light. And, that lightness is, you don't take on all that stuff with you. Why carry that baggage around with you? It's not worth it. It's not worth holding on to. And it keeps you from loving. And it keeps you from having those relationships and rebuilding those relationships. And in fact, I have a new video that I was getting uploaded to YouTube that crashed just before starting this meditation tonight. So I'm going to have to reload it. But it's about rebuilding relationships because I have a gentleman who I mentor here locally who came to me last night and asked me about rebuilding his relationships in his life. So I answered his email letter to me, and so I posted that into a YouTube video, so I'll be releasing that probably here in a couple of hours once I get it uploaded. But letting go of all of this stuff that you're holding on to in forgiveness of yourself and forgiveness of others and situations, it really gives you a space of being lighter, and then you walk lighter in life, and that's who we are as light workers, right? And Yamaya says, I had a chance to hold my inner child that always felt only ugly and not loved. She is very sweet and loving. Oh, that is so beautiful. I am so proud of you. That is quite awesome. I am so happy for you. Really, really beautiful, love, because that's the whole point. If you can hold your inner child in that space of love, and skip, you put, we should skip now, exactly. Skipping always feels good as a young kid, Yamaya. Indeed, skipping with me, yes, I am, definitely, skipping to that inner child, because actually, Jesus said that in the Bible as well, and he said, to enter the kingdom of heaven is to be childlike. And that's what it means. It means to be childlike, not childish, as you're acting immature. That's different, right? Being childlike is the awe and the wonder. That is your inner child. That is who you are, which is that place of love and light within you. And to be that innocence and that awe and that wonder, and to see that awe and wonder all the time. It's like I tell my beloved all the time, every moment I see him, I fall in love again with him all over again. And it's not from this adoration of placing him on a pedestal of earthly relationship. It's because I'm seeing the mirror of me. I'm seeing him as God. I see him as God, and I see myself as God. So it's like I'm looking at God when I look at him. And so I'm looking at God when I look at me, and seeing that through him and seeing myself in that. And I just have this overwhelming love and childlike essence and awe and innocence and wonder that just has me fall in love all over again. Now, I can do that with a flower. I can even do that with the dirt on the ground, okay? When you can come into that space in your life where you can look at something that you think is ugly, like you were saying of your inner child, Yamaya, you thought your inner child was ugly. When you can look at that ugliness and see it as love and fall in love with it all over again, that's ultimate bliss. That's better than any sexual orgasm on the planet, from I don't care what kind of sex you have or tantra you have. That's the best. That's the bliss. Okay? That's what we're here to do and be and walk on this earth as all the time. And the opportunity is there for us to be that in each moment. Yamaya says, my 2-year-old grandson has mild autism, I can be a kid with him, see the world through his eyes. Exactly. Exactly. And you know what? Autistic children are beautiful. Autistic children are so much more of spirit, and we label our children autistic or ADHD or delusional or crazy or, Asperger's or whatever label you want to give them. In ancient shamanic tradition, those children and who we were as children, or who we are as children in that sense, are the seers. We are the ones who see multidimensionally and see more of spirit than we do of this earth. And instead of labeling in fear and in judgment, we should embrace them. And in shamanic times, those seers were actually revered, and they were placed in special quarters and special teepees and special ceremonies, and were revered as the seers. And then the wisdom that came through them in vision was then shared with the tribe, and it was embraced by the tribe instead of feared. So this is, he has an opalescent aura. Yes, he does. I can see it. Indeed, he does. He's a beautiful soul. Absolutely. And yes, he's very special in communicating telepathically with you. You communicate together telepathically. That is our first language. Our first language is actually telepathic communication. We communicate far more heart to heart, soul to soul, and telepathically than we ever do in spoken word. So, or written word. Lady Di says, yes, always telepathic. I tell people all the time, talk to them without words. So great to know that you know that. Thank you. Yes, I do know that. I totally do. And sometimes sitting in the silence is best. Often when creation is flowing through me, I will write to my beloved, and I will write a lot, of letters to him. But that's because of creation flowing through me in the moment. And then there are moments where I'm silent for 6 hours a day, whatever, and we don't write to each other at all. And it's because we're sitting in that silence and telepathically communicating and feeling each other. And I have that with many people in my life, but him in particular, because we're very, connected that way. And Yamaya knows it as well. Yes, wonderful. Exactly, Lady Di. It's something that we are really truly meant to embrace, is telepathic communication. Right now it's beautiful that we have the internet, and we have, cell phones, and we have Facebook, and we have communication like this here, because we're able to get that information out to help us get back to our roots, right, of telepathic communication. And there may come a point in time where we do not have it as much, or people don't use it as much, because we come back more into that telepathic communication. And so that's absolutely wonderful. Right now it's wonderful to be able to get the word out, right? But telepathic communication, heart to heart, soul to soul, that's where it's at. So with that said, does anybody else have any other questions or any other comments that you would like to share about the evening, or any questions about anything that you have? We'll make this be the last call for the evening. So last call. We'll put that out there. And giving time for anyone to go ahead and type out anything last that they wish to say or whatnot. I will put this out there. Atlantis 18 said, thank you for a great meditation. You're very welcome. And I will put this out there that we are doing this every Tuesday evening, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock East Coast Time, for those of you in the States and Canada, and around the globe. Sorry, I don't know the time zones, but you can all figure it out. But every Tuesday evening we are here. And A says thanks. Lady Di says, just say a wonderful experience. Thank you for a great meditation. You are so very, very welcome. And it is an honor and pleasure as always to do this and to be this, for this is who I am. In Light said, it was great, thanks. You're very, very welcome. And with that, I give to you from all of the infinite love that's within me, overflowing out into the world from within me to you, and a group hug indeed. Let's all group hug. Yes. Say yes in the moment. Group hug. Yes, totally. So there. Group hugs and love. And I give to you love right back to you. Good night, everyone, and we will see you again next Tuesday evening. Infinite blessings. Be love now, because that is who you are. Much love.